Having looked at these subjects, I mean, I was being generous when I categorised the 244 subjects as identity politics, because they were the sort of the blatant ones. But when you go and you read the course descriptions and the subject titles, there's always a word slipped in there. There's always gender. There's always race. There's always this idea of identity. But it's so common, even in ancient history.
But what about, well, even to the inanities, whites invented racism. Really? Really? There was no racism in Africa. There's no racism in the Middle East. There's no racism in the Middle Ages. I mean, this is just insane. What is driving this?
Well, they don't care about facts anymore. So I think in the 1960s, the idea of studying history from the point of view of a linear sequence of events and dates. And,
this followed this, and this caused that.
There was a king at this point, and it suddenly went out of fashion, and it went out of fashion in the 60s. And one of the main leaders was a Marxist historian, Eric Hobsbawm, who wrote a trilogy of books on the 19th century from a Marxist template of class struggle. And from the 1960s onwards, these new subjects have been creeping in. And now we're seeing the result of 50 years of identity politics infecting the humanities, and especially history.